For centuries, deep in the forests of Eastern Europe, people have spoken in hushed whispers about the Leshy, a towering, shape-shifting entity that protects the wild and punishes those who disrespect it. From ancient Slavic folktales to modern-day encounters, the Leshy remains one of the most terrifying and elusive beings of the wilderness. But is it merely legend, or does something truly lurk among the trees? 1. The Vanishing of the Hunter, 895 AD. Chronicles from Kievan Rus tell of a hunter who mocked the forest spirits before entering a dense woodland. 1. The Vanishing of the Hunter, 895 AD. Chronicles from Kievan Rus tell of a hunter who mocked the forest spirits before entering a dense woodland. His footprints ended abruptly in a clearing, surrounded by massive hoof-like prints. The only thing left behind was his broken bow. 2. The Cursed Woodcutters. In 1304, Polish records mention an incident where loggers ignored warnings about a sacred grove. That night, one worker was found hanging from a tree, his eyes wide in horror. The rest of the crew fled, swearing they heard a deep, thundering laughter in the wind. 3. The Tsar's Lost Expedition. In 1571, during Ivan the Terrible's reign, soldiers scouting the vast Siberian taiga disappeared without a trace. Survivors claimed to see a towering figure with glowing green eyes blending into the trees before vanishing. 4. The Peasant's Bargain. In 1703, a Russian farmer who got lost in the woods was said to have men with bark-like skin and antlers who offered to guide him out for a price. The farmer made a promise, but when he broke it, his crops mysteriously withered and his cattle vanished overnight. 5. The Cossack Patrol's Nightmare. 1812. A group of Cossack soldiers reported seeing a creature shifting between the form of a man and a massive, wolf-like beast. The next morning, one of their men was missing, his uniform shredded and deep claw marks embedded in a nearby tree. 6. The Scholar's Encounter, 1899. A Russian folklorist exploring pagan sites in Belarus described feeling watched and hearing whispers in a language he did not understand. He later found his compass spinning wildly and strange symbols carved into the trees. 7. The German Soldier's Testimony, 1942. During World War II, a Nazi officer stationed in the forests of Ukraine reported losing multiple men to an unseen attacker. Locals told him that the Leshy protects the forest from invaders. The Hiker's Terror, 1987. A Soviet backpacker in the Ural Mountains went missing for 2 days. When found, he was in a state of shock, muttering about eyes in the trees and a voice calling his name from the wind. The Leshy on Camera? 2004. A Belarusian wildlife researcher recorded a humanoid figure with unnaturally long limbs weaving through the trees at impossible speed. Experts were unable to identify the creature. The Roadside Stalker, 2022. A driver in rural Poland captured dashcam footage of a tall, branch-covered figure watching from the tree line. When they stopped to investigate, it had vanished, leaving behind only large, human-like footprints covered in moss. In the 1930s, the Soviet Folklore Research Division began to delve into the mysterious cases of so-called forest spirits. Early USSR scientists were particularly intrigued, linking these legends to a series of unexplained disappearances. Interestingly, the files on the Leshy phenomenon were eventually sealed, leaving many questions unanswered. In 1976, the Eastern European Paranormal Survey took place. A Polish research team investigated mass tree uprootings in untouched regions and found inexplicable giant footprints deep in the forests. In 1995, the Russian Forest Anomaly Study reported mysterious whispers and shifting shadows captured on audio and video. These reports were initially dismissed as hoaxes, until researchers themselves experienced sudden equipment failure and an overwhelming sense of being watched. In 2023, recent thermal scans of dense, uninhabited Slavic forests revealed large humanoid shapes moving unnaturally fast. Officials have refused to comment. Is the Leshy a forgotten guardian of nature, a trickster spirit, or a force beyond our understanding?